tunes, I ain't missing, I won't lose. Let's go to an island where the water around is blue, blue, blue. I got 2 bad bitches in the coupe, coupe, coupe. 42 in the bottle, glasses on full too. Ain't no games, I ain't playing, I want you, yeah. Take a trip, let's go shopping, I got blues, yeah. We got options, you can choose. Yeah, you want it, I can buy it, ain't no rules, yeah. I'm just saying, let me help you upgrade you, yeah. Fuck that nigga, he don't care about you, yeah. Girl, move on. He can't treat you like I do, my money too long. I got homies for your friends and we can group on. We are early, hit our shot like Curry. Bitch, I wanna shoot, shoot, shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a blue. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you. I want you, yeah, that I wanna shoot, shoot, shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a blue. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you. I want you, yeah, yeah, I wanna shoot, yeah. What's the move with you? Where you move it? I'm sticking like some glue with you. Got you doing all the things he never do with you. Got the smile and the vibe, it's something new with you. We could take a jet back, I done set back. Counting cash in the bumblebee, a yellow drop vet. I've been doing a lot of shit that they never tried yet. Have your ice real frozen, you might get frostbite, yeah, yeah. I just wanna do the dash. I'ma always put you first, never put you last. Way you shake that ass, make me wanna throw some cash. Girl, you way too bad, throw that nigga in the trash. You know I'm gon' shoot, shoot, shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a blue. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you. I want you, yeah, that I wanna shoot, shoot, shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a blue. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you. I want you, yeah, yeah, I wanna shoot.
I think I'm in love, say it way too often. I can't play these games, think I'm switching up the offense. See me in LA, I be moving cautious. I can't feel no pain, rolling up, I'm so exhausted. I be so exhausted, whoa, I be so exhausted, whoa. I close my eyes, I see the vision. All this weed and got me lifted, pour 4 and then I finish tonight. I told my mama that I'm with it, got it solid, it's my kitchen. Middle finger to these bitches up, cause I'ma do it my way, shit just like the flu, ayy. Shawty said she loved me, I told her who are you, ayy. I ain't with that lame shit since I took at your brain, bitch. All these niggas talking, fuck about what they saying. GTA I'm wasted, lately I've been anxious. I'm so done with this fake shit, I'm so done with you, I'm so done with you, whoa, I be so exhausted, I'ma roll another blunt, getting lost, I'm never found. Guess I'm never good enough for these bitches in my town. I don't really give a fuck, I'm a king like with my crown. Can't think about them all, cause it all gon' hold me down. I done made it through the storm, I ain't talking NBA. Mama knew I'd be a star, mama look what I became. I got Vaughn up on the phone, said he touchdown in LA. I'ma get it how I get it, I ain't changing for the fame. Man, I put it on my name. Lately I've been wasted, I'm so done with this fake shit. I'm so done with you, I'm so done with you. I be so exhausted. You don't hold me down for the last time, baby.
I've just been so lonely, 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 lonely. I've been so damn lonely. These niggas acting phony, 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 phony. Acting so damn phony. Just get out my way. Swerving through lanes, I be drifting away. And I can't complain, swear that I be okay. We are not the same, no, I'm never gonna change. I just keep going, no, I've been so broken. These niggas done changed, yet they knocking my flows in. All smiles, can't tell that my heart just been frozen. Stay low, low, low key, now don't cause no commotion. That's just for promotion, raw is my emotion. These songs that I'm composing, stay fire, that's cause I'm chosen. And I don't do the boasting, but all she do is post them. She like me cause I'm open, and I ain't off the potion. But I might be crispy like a white tee, meditated like Tai Chi, keep a check like Nike. Can't find a nigga that's like me, but I see, fuck niggas that's high key. Flying on me most likely, can't fuck with me cause I'm icy. I've just been so lonely, 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 lonely. I've been so damn lonely. These niggas acting phony, 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 phony. Acting so damn phony. Just get out my way. Swerving through lanes, I be drifting away. And I can't complain, swear that I be okay. We are not the same, no, I'm never gonna change. I'm leaning on the fixture, and I've been off the liquor. Sipping on that Remy with the Henny with a mixture. They follow me like scripture, and I've been getting quicker. Been had the upper hand, I hand it like and we never gon' fall. All my brothers on call. We forever gon' ball. No, it's nothing at all. I've just been so lonely, 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 lonely. I've been so damn lonely. These niggas acting phony, 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 phony. Acting so damn phony. Just get out my way. Swerving through lanes, I be drifting away. And I can't complain, swear that I be okay. We are not the same, no, I'm never gonna change.
I got so much drinking me, wonder if you missing me. These days I can't fucking sleep, it's bad, I'm out here living dreams. If I send this text of mine, shawty, is you down to slide? Don't say not tonight, cause you be busy, tell another lie. I done seen this thousands of times, I retype like thousands of lines. We done did this thousands of times, so I ain't tryna choose another time. Shawty, tell me now if you be really tryna slide. Tired of this shit, yeah, finna flood my wrist, yeah. I'm writing all these hits, but I wonder what I'm missing. I can never call you my little baby, no. When I drop, I wonder if you say my songs. Cause every time we fucking, we done came and went. But I'm the type to kill for my baby, yeah. I don't care about no fucking Rollie or Mercedes, yeah. Need somebody that really ride or dies with me, yeah. But I don't get in my feelings, I get in my bag. Shawty, if you done me, no, we can't go run it back. They ain't the first bitch to do the run around. I'ma debut first, shawty, how to sign.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Fantasy Cure episode number 2. Give me 1 second, I can get this up for y'all. Alright, let me get the announcement picked. All right, everyone should be able to see the screen fine right now. All right, so tonight we are looking over a fantasy championship. That tournament is brought to you by Real Time Fantasy Sports, and this is a $300 entry. Um, Sorry guys, 1 second. I'm trying to find the best spot here to put my big mug on the screen. All right, there we go. All right, so they're drafting the fantasy championship right now. Round one just started. This was a 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern draft. So in slot one, we have the Golden Tornado. Let me see. Spot two, we have KBR. Spot three, we've got Fun Bags. Then we have Eric TFC 14, Pony Express, the Irish CEO. I think this is like his 15th draft today. Better Call Hall, Peter Simonis, Paper Champs, Dumb Butts, Tyrell Smoochie, Machiavelli, and Fozzie Dog. All right, this draft is about to round out the end of the first round here. It actually just did. So we've got Jonathan Taylor off the board in the first spot, Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey, Najee Harris, Austin Eckler, Cooper Kupp, Dalvin Cook, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, and DeAndre Swift. All right, so we round out the first round is done. Nothing too crazy here. Nothing too crazy at all, actually. So, all right, but anyways, the fantasy championship is one of my preferred favorite tournaments of the year. I've been playing this tournament ever since its inauguration. I honestly can't remember what year it started, but we've been going. I want to say this tournament's probably been going for about 6 or 7 years now. And we've played in it every single year. It's a fun atmosphere. I love the setup. So basically, you have a 12-team league that you're involved in. $300 entry, and it's just like a normal redraft league. You draft your team, you compete against your other 12 people in your league, and then once the regular season is over, you'll go to the league playoffs just like normal. It's top 4 teams, and it's a mixture between best record and then total points. Is the way the seeding works, and they take a couple of teams. I know for sure the league champion goes to the championship rounds. I want to say if you're a top 2 seed from the regular season, that you're automatically qualified. And then if you're a 3 or 4 seed and you win your league championship, then you are also added into the championship rounds. So basically, championship rounds run weeks 15, 16, and 17, and you compete for overall prizes. They take your average score of the entire season that your team scored each week, and they average it, and that's how the rankings begin to start the championship. And so everybody has their average baseline, and then you just compete total points. And there's a lot of action going those last 3 weeks. And the first overall prize this year for the fantasy championship is $500,000. Half a meal, so 500K. Someone could potentially win off of this. They also have really good, just league prizes as well for the regular season. First place, just out of your individual 12-team leagues, I want to say it's $1,000, and second place wins $400. And they actually added a third place prize for the league championship this year for each league. Is $200. So even third place gets a little bit of money back there, and definitely pretty good odds. Or makes your odds better paying out top 3. Plus, like I said, you get into the championship rounds. They pay out a lot of spots, with the first place prize being $500,000. All right, let's jump back over to the board here. Second round, Fozzie Dog grabs his second running back, DeAndre Swift. T. Machiavelli takes Kamara. Ty Royal takes Saquon. We got CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, Javonte Williams, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, Debo Samuel, and Cam Akers. Aaron Jones goes off the board at 2.11, and we'll see what the one hole does here on the turn here with double picks. The Golden Tornado. Is it good? Mikey asked a question. Is it good I traded Debo for Mixon? Hey, well, first of all, welcome to the Fantasy Care, Mikey. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Yes, I would say that was a great trade, trading Debo for Mixon. What kind of setup is your league? Are you playing Dynasty League or just redraft and it's a trade league? Or either way, I would say that's a great. I would prefer Debo over having Mixon. That's just my preference. All right, we got Leonard Fournette to the one hole and Jonathan Taylor. That's a pretty good start. And James Conner. So the one hole goes 3. All right, we got 3 running backs on the board for the Golden Tornado. We'll see how that works out for his draft. Oh, I know. Fozzie did. Fozzie had some followers. Redraft PPR. I personally gave away. Oh, you gave away Debo and got Mixon. Who are your other wide receivers, Mikey? I guess that's the question. It sounds like you might have been in need of a running back. So I mean, if you were in need of a running back, it's redraft. I would say, it's a good trade. If you needed a wide receiver and you traded Mixon for Debo, I'd say it was a good trade, depending on just what your team's needs are. I wouldn't say there's too much value, one way or the other if you're trading in redraft with those two players. It's really just a preference of what your needs are for your team. I expect Debo to outscore Mixon, but don't mention any undrafted players. Did I mention someone? I don't think I mentioned anybody, did I? I don't think you posted that question until afterwards, Brock. But anyways, are you just telling me pre before I start sounding off players? Oh, I'm not gonna talk about any players that aren't drafted yet, buddy. You don't have to worry about that. I'm literally just talking about the board. But he asked the question. Oh, I see what you're saying as far as for the trade. I got you. That's true. That's true. See, Fozzie? Yeah, for sure. Fozzie, I like that. I like those. The way the end of the first round rounded out. My goodness. All right, we got AJ Brown going to the 3.2 pick. ETN, another 3 running back start for Team Fun Bags. Okay, without me saying anything, I see what you're saying there, Mikey, and I think I would agree that you made the right decision. So nice, very nice. All right, Kyle Pitts goes to Team Eric. Pony Express takes Tyreek Hill. Irish CEO taking Zeke Elliott, and the first QB off the board, Josh Allen. Better call Hall or Hal there with Dalvin Cook, Javonte Williams, and Josh Allen. Team Paper Champs goes 3 studs at wide receiver: Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, and Mike Evans. Brees Hall, rookie running back for the Jets, going to Dumb Butts. Smoochie gets a Michael Pittman at the 3.10 spot. We're about to round out round 3 here, everybody. Mikey, what platforms do you play on? If you're not signed up on Real Time Fantasy Sports, I can get you a sign up a match code, and also if you're interested in a fantasy tool, we have a really amazing one called Draft Hero. I can get you more info on that, and can also get you signed up with a link through Draft Hero as well. All right, we're down almost rounding out round 3 here. Hey Lee, if you're still watching, if you don't mind, if you can keep an eye on that 11:59 Eastern Time TFC for me, and just let me know if it fills, because I did jump into that draft. All right, Keenan Allen and T. Higgins to round out round 3, and these guys are flying through the picks. 14 minutes in, and we are through round 3. We got the next game on. Houston and the Rams are on TV if anybody's wanting to watch a little preseason football tonight. All right, so Fozzie goes T. Higgins and Jalen Waddle. All right, now that those players have been drafted, I've been noticing Tyreek Hill seems to be slipping. Not crazy, but he's definitely dropping a little bit in the last few drafts I've been in. And I really don't know if it has anything to do with him or not, or Jalen Waddle at all. I think it has more that people are getting more comfortable with different groups of players than they were early on. So I think Tyreek's kind of taking a little slide there. I mean, I still do see him go a lot of times in the second round, but definitely the last few drafts I've been in, he's consistently went. It seems like in the third round, especially in this format and the TFCs. You guys want to comment on that? Cortland Sutton goes to the 4.2 to Team Machiavelli. And just to let you all know as well, on next week we're gonna shoot for Tuesday night. We're going to have a different type of show. It's gonna be more content based versus like a draft review or drafts or things like that. We possibly still might do that as well, but I think for as far as Tuesday, I kind of want to get into a few things. Without mentioning names or anything, one thing that I'm wanting to talk about is my favorite 10 wide receiver, or actually we might even do just players. No, I think we're gonna target wide receivers first. My favorite 10 wide receivers from rounds 2 through 4, because there are a ton. So I'm gonna try to kind of give some my opinion, advice on that, and kind of try to weed out some of those issues that people have in those rounds. Two through 4 is kind of tough. I mean, it's a real free for all. So I mean, there's a ton of wide receivers, tons of running backs that go in that area. You throw in a few quarterbacks as well, and I mean, it's just kind of all over the place. You see a lot of guys mixing up a lot of different ways that they're going. And I'm firmly a believer in you can win any way that you want to. I don't care what draft position. I mean, this is 2022. We're not in the in the years of LaDainian Tomlinson's like the only running back to put up 6,000 points a season. So, we're way beyond that. So many players do so many different things and produce for these teams. So, I am a firm believer in you can be at any draft position in your draft and still win, compete for the championship. I'm also a believer in, you can start off wide receiver heavy or you can start off running back heavy, and you can win your league championship as well. I've actually done it both ways. I finished top 10 in the fantasy championship, a ton of times, doing both strategies. Also, too, there was one. I want to say it was the second year of the TFC. My partner and I, going into the league championship, we were the 3 seed, and we lost the 3 seed. We made a bad start. We didn't start Doug Baldwin um, that week, and he went off, and it would have gave us the win, and it would have got us into the league championship, which gets you into the championship side. And our team just went absolutely nuts in the consolation. We ended up winning the consolation round, and my partner and I, during that season, we would have won the fantasy championship had our team made the championship, by like 60 points. So, I mean, we slaughtered the consolation, and I mean, we blew every team away over there. And we compared the point totals, and it wasn't even. I mean, it was crazy. Like, we would have won the championship by about 60 points. So, going back to what I was saying though, strategy wise, I am a true believer in you just you have to go for your players. You got Fozzie here and Tornado. They're on the ends, and you're not gonna get picks for a long time after you make your double picks. So, I know a lot of people are like, "Wow, I can't believe certain people took that person or this person." Well, if you're on the ends, it's all about targeting your players. There's really no reaching from the ends because you're not going to get another pick for a long time. So, I've always tried to, in my wheelhouse and how I do things is, you target your players. ADP doesn't really matter anyway. It's just kind of another tool to help you understand where a lot of folks are going, a lot of the players. All right, let's get back to the draft here, to the draft board. We are in round number 4. We'll start from the right side, going to the left at Fozzie Dog. Fozzie takes Jalen Waddle, then goes Cortland Sutton, Mike Williams, J.K. Dobbins, Justin Herbert. That's your second quarterback taken of the draft. Terry McLaurin, DJ Moore, Patrick Mahomes, third quarterback taken and that's in the 4th round. We got DK Metcalf, Tony Pollard, Gabriel Davis, and we are about to round out round number 4 here. If you're watching the show, guys, make sure to click that subscribe button. You will get alerted anytime that we go live or post videos. And also make sure to like the video, if you don't mind, or if you actually like the video. All right, Deontay Johnson is going to round out round number 4. We're at the start of round 5. I'll let this get a little deeper, and we'll start talking more players after a lot of them are drafted. I just do not want to do that to these guys that are in the draft, of course. All right, we've got Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks off the board. It's a nice little turn there for the one hole in Deontay Johnson and Brandon Cooks. Not a bad 1-2 punch there after drafting 3 straight running backs with Taylor, Fournette, and James Conner. Not a bad start for some of these teams. Not bad at all. Is Dameon Pierce played tonight? Let me look at my phone here and see. I see Marlon Mack hat. Maybe he's coming up. It's interesting to watch some of these players play with all the running back situations. We had what Green Bay played earlier, or they're still playing versus. Trying to think who Green Bay was playing. And then we had I saw the Patriots earlier. All right, Allen Robinson's off the board at the 5.2. Some very all right, so team number 3 goes 4 running backs to start his draft. Let's see how this one pans out. All right, so Darnell Mooney is first wide receiver taken for team number 3, who's in the 3 hole. So it sounds like the starter, as far as the starters go, that this will probably be the last week that they play or get any action. Seems like week 3 is kind of going to be like, just a dress rehearsal and for starters, and then the rest of the players, I guess they're going to see what they got in a lot of backups and things like that, getting ready for the regular season for their last cut down. All right, David Montgomery and Michael Thomas off the board. Marquise Hollywood Brown's going to go to the CEO. That's Irish's 3rd wide receiver of the draft. George Kittle comes flying off the board in the 5th round to Better Call. Amon-Ra St. Brown to Paper Champs. That's Paper Champs' 4th wide receiver drafted. All right, let's see who goes here. Adam Thielen. We are about to round out round number 5. We got Tyroyle Smoochie is on the clock in the 5-10 spot. A few more rounds here. We'll start talking. We'll just start doing a little review here and see which teams we're liking through that point of the draft. See how it all goes down. I've seen more fantasy championship drafts go off the board tonight than I think I have the entire fantasy football off season, is what we'll call it. There were a ton of drafts that filled for tonight, and there's still more that are filling right now. All right, A.J. Dillon goes to the 10 hole. Darren Waller off the board to Team Machiavelli, and Fozzie Dog is OTC, about to round out round number 5. So if you guys are watching here, give me some scenarios of struggles and things that you're having issues with in your drafts. Not necessarily doesn't have to talk about this format or anything. And tell me some struggles that you guys are having, because I've told a lot of mine, and I will continue to tell a lot of mine, which is why on Tuesday's show I'm going to do. I'm going to try to to divvy out that rounds 2 through 4. I want to call it a cluster because that's what it is. It's just a huge grouping of a ton of different players, and it's, sometimes, people get caught up with the ADP and things too, and it's just like you're kind of like a robot and you're just clicking buttons. So it's always good to to know why you're targeting players, and kind of having a system for that. All right, Damian Pierce off the board to Fozzie Dog in the 512 spot. Chris Godwin comes off the board, the first pick of the 6th round. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to talk a whole lot beyond this because I have to be careful, and I'm not trying to mention any players' names out of respect for these guys in this draft. All right, that team's about to time out. Lamar Jackson off the board. 4th quarterback taken of this fantasy championship. Chase Edmonds goes to Team Ty Royal Smoochie. I wonder who that is. That's hilarious. There's so many drafts going right now. So many drafts. Amari Cooper goes to Team Dumb Butts and Paper Champs, taking his first running back of the draft, and Elijah Mitchell. Just peeking in there on that Rams game. This is where I need to get some guests on here too at times. Have some back and forth conversation. But it is, to be honest, it really is hard when you're doing a draft review to kind of, you just don't want to talk very much about the players that aren't drafted. It's kind of better to let this thing fill out a little more. Probably if you're like at least halfway, then you have maybe even further than that, then you have a nice grouping of players that you can actually talk about. All right, and I'm gonna let this draft go a little longer. We're gonna talk a little bit about Draft Hero. We'll click over here, switch up the screens a little bit, kind of show you guys a little bit here about this tool. It's a really, really neat tool. On the right thing here. All right, so I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about Draft Hero. Draft Hero is also one of the sponsors of the Fantasy Cure, and this is a great tool that I use every single draft, and it's an amazing tool. So basically, you will just go to drafthero.com, and let me can't remember my link, so let me pull up my link real quick. Here, let me put my face on here too so you guys can see me. You don't think I'm just... Oh, Nelly. Let's take that head down a little bit there. Here, you know what? Let me expand this out. We can actually see something here. There we go. All right. Now we can talk a little bit about this bad boy. Okay, so now let me find this link I'll drop for you guys real quick. But if you want to sign up, you can use my code to do so. All right, so if you guys want to join up, sign up for, for the Draft Hero tool, then you'll just click that link right there. It'll bring you to this page here. You want to go to the subscribe section over here. You click subscribe. You'll sign up for everything. You'll click what you want. If you're just drafting like your normal leagues, like the Fantasy Championship or Best Ball Championship on Real Time Fantasy Sports, then you will need the Draft app. Then you have expert projections. These right here are the projection sources that the app actually uses with the ADP and your league's scoring settings to recommend the best players for your fantasy team, to assist you to help you win your football leagues. We have 4 for 4, Draft Sharks, Fantasy Guru, Football Diehards, Number Fire, PFF, Pro Football Focus, and RotoWire. So it's really your preference. I love all of these. They're all really good, but you can select one or you can select all at a discount. These are $5 each, or you can get all 7 for $20. So it's really great, a great discount there for getting all 7 of the sources. Once you've done that, then whatever sites that you want to sync that your leagues are hosted on, like for the TFC, it's RT Sports. There's also other platforms available too. If you have other leagues that you do, like a lot of people that have their local home leagues, they'll do those on Yahoo and things like that, which RT Sports really does have a great commissioner league as well, and they have a great platform for that too. But in case if you do draft other places, then you also can get, you would just choose your site. So we'll pretend like we're just doing RT Sports here. So those are $5 each as well. On top of that, you can also get all of these. If you're one of those people that just drafts everywhere, you can get all 10 sites for $20. So again, a really good deal. The more you buy, the more you get kind of discounted with Draft Hero. So that's kind of the perks of it here. There's also an auction app that you can use as well. Now the auction app doesn't have it will add your league over from any of these sites, but there's no auction sync as far as like when your your bids are going and all that stuff. It doesn't live connect with your auction. You'll have to enter that information manually, but it's super simple. A few clicks and boom, you can watch both screens. It's super easy. Split screen, your auction, draft in one room, your draft room, and then have your Draft Hero open up in another. So basically that's it. So you select the things that you need here that you want, and then you can click checkout, and that's what it'll take you here. Put your email in, your password, your card, all that information, subscribe, and boom, you're done. So once you've done all of that, let's go back here. Now that I've showed you that, and I will sign in. All right, so let's go back to the home page here. All right, there you go. So when you're on the home page here in Draft Hero, this is what you'll kind of see on the dashboard. You'll have the latest fantasy news wired up here, so you can kind of keep up with stuff there. You'll have draft trends showing, like this one's wired up with Yahoo. It'll show risers and fallers, the top risers, top fallers, and then this was some demo. Well, I guess all these were demo data, but these trends will get wired up. So it's super simple. And setting things up here too, as far as with your league. All you do, for instance, for RT Sports, if you were doing a fantasy championship, is you would go to Add League, and here you see all of the sites that host your leagues, and I would click on RT Sports. Boom. And if you have an RT Sports league that is filled, and you go to your league homepage there, and once you click Added League, it would have popped up here and shown that league. It would have been selected already and all that stuff. But since it's not selected, you could also use RT Sports. So, for instance, if you were going to do a slow draft for a TFC for Fantasy Championship, you would want to use one of the RT Sports templates. And you would just click the Fantasy Championship. There's also one for Best Ball, and what these are the same. It's already wired up for the settings, for the Fantasy Championship, the scoring settings, and the roster settings. Same thing for the Best Ball Championship. This one's wired up for that format because Best Ball Championships, those are 10-team drafts. The scorings is pretty similar, but the start lineups is totally different and things like that. So click on Fantasy Championship. You would open that up. Boom. Takes you to this page. So this right here is where you can see all of your league tools, the general, like you can rename the name of it, the teams. You got 12 teams here, the draft order. You can, move those around how you want and put the correct draft order in. Like I said, if you were using this for a slow draft on RTS, then it's perfect for those things as well. And you just click save. You see your roster settings here, 20 total players, 10 starters, 10 on the bench, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 defense, 1 kicker, and you have 2 flex, which can be a running back, wide receiver, or a tight end. And then your bench, can be an assortment of however you want to stack your bench. It's got your scoring settings, and this is using the ADP source, RT Sports as well. So once you've checked over your settings and all those things, what you do then is you go to the draft app. You're going to click on that. This pop-up will come up here, the pro options. Now here's another thing that's really cool about the Draft Hero is you want to show the summary grid. This will pop up top so you can kind of follow on with the draft up top. You can optimize your core, which is recommended. You can optimize your starters, or you can optimize your entire team. Again, your preference, leaving you in control of what style and how you like to put your teams together. And now another awesome piece down here are the player projections. As you can see, you got 4for4 projections, Draft Sharks, Guru, Diehards, Numberfire, PFF, RotoWire. So this is selected on all, and it has an equal blend of every single one. So if you want to change that, you can. You can just go to a single projection source like 4for4, or if your favorite projection source is PFF, you can just click that. Or you can do a custom edit blend where you can use, if you're using all of them, you're at 14.29% of each one to have an equal blend, which totals 100. So, and that's the only thing when you're putting this in. This is how you want to use your player projection. You can change these up, select less. You could use 4for4, Guru, and Numberfire, and then you would just put it at the 33 point whatever percent that is to equal 100, and you would have 3 instead of all of them. So you can do it that way too. Always make sure to click save. So then once you do that, the grid's going to pop up. It's up top here, as you can see, and the rest is pretty simple. If you're in a live draft, a TFC that's not a slow one, it's real simple. You'll have your draft room open in one tab. You'll have this Draft Hero open in another. And before your draft starts, a few minutes before your draft starts, you'll click that Start Draft Sync button. And once you do that, this little red pop-up on the RTS draft room, you'll see Draft Hero Sync. And once people start making picks in the draft, this app will automatically sync those picks right here into your Draft Hero draft app. And as it's doing that, the players will disappear from this board down here. And as you can see, this thing's got it's got Cooper Kupp up here. Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Justin Jefferson, Derrick Henry. So as players are selected on the seat, this will change. Now this always revolves around your pick. So if you're in the one hole and you make your first pick, then it's going to go all the way to the second round when it comes up on your pick at 2.12 and 3-1, and it's going to be letting you see recommendations that they think will still be there for your next pick. Sometimes you'll have players that are still left that you didn't know would be there, and sometimes you won't. But I'll kind of do a little simple mock draft here for you guys. It's real simple to do. You can mock draft using TFC settings as well. So if I were in the first hole, I would click Jonathan Taylor. And as you can see, boom, it's instant. All those players were just picked for the other teams. It's back on me. It's recommending Kamara. You can go Josh Allen. I mean, these are the recommendations. This is your RT Sports ADP right here under this tab. Then you have your rankings by the projection sources versus the ADP and your scoring settings. You have, all the way down like that. Here's Kamara. Here's Keenan Allen up top and Pitts. So it's pretty cool. It always keeps your players moved up like that. But I'll just keep mocking, and I'll just go by this right here. I'm not going to talk about anything in particular. So I have 2 picks there. And then boom, it comes all the way back. I mean, you can mock draft so many teams so fast. And it goes all the way through 20 rounds like that. So once you're done with this, real simple. If you want to do another one, you can, and it also has draft boards in here too. You can see where, all the teams, what they took and things like that. Fantasy rosters. So these are, each one of your teams. And then, if you want to go here, it shows the NFL rosters as well. So a lot of really neat stuff in the draft app as well. And so once you're done with those, if you want to do another one, you can just click restart. It clears it out. And then boom, you can just start picking again. Oops, I actually clicked on his name. But just say Taylor there, and then boom, there you go again. So super easy. And once you're done, you literally just log out of that draft, and all of this will save on here. And as we get closer to the season, I'll have more videos too on showing you all how to use the in-season tool that will be wired up at some point, the in-season analyzer. And that actually, you re-import you re-import your team each week into the in-season analyzer here on this app. And what it does is, because your team will change from week to week because you'll drop players and you'll pick players up off the waiver wire. So once you put your team in here, it's going to also recommend the best waiver wire pickups and things like that as well. And it will show you import your team, and it'll show you who it thinks that you should start for that week with all the players on your team and things like that. Another super cool, really cool tool to have on this. There's also the Rate My Draft tool. I'm trying to see if I have one of these. Let's Rate My Draft. So this one right here, Rated My Draft. As you can see here, here's all the teams. And that Rolling on the River was actually mine. I mean, this doesn't mean anything. This is just a cool tool. We obviously know these players can be totally different, and this doesn't really mean anything. But as you can see, you click on different teams, and it'll show you who you have and things like that. So there's that tool in there as well. And I'm telling you guys, it's a huge asset to all the leagues that I draft and things like that. So a really cool tool to use for all your fantasy drafts. So again, you can type in drafthero.com / with a question mark promo with an equal sign and the words RAY for Ray. It's posted here in the chat. I'll also have this up on the screen eventually. We're working on some graphics for the channel as well, and also have the RT Sports sign up. Make your first deposit, and they'll match up to $500. I mean, an insane bonus promo there for you. So All right, that's on the draft here, guys. Just kind of want to talk a little bit about that for all the people who don't know much about that. All right, let's get back to the draft board now that I've talked about Draft Hero. Let's go back here to the live screen. See where we're at. We're in round 9 of the draft. Nice. Round number 9. Grab a little swig of water, y'all. All right, let's catch up. I want to say we left off at the start of. We left off at the start or the end of round 5, beginning of round 6. All right, so let's go to round number 6. We're going to work from right to left because that's the way it was drafted. We got Chris Godwin, Lamar Jackson, Chase Edmonds, Amari Cooper, Elijah Mitchell, Juju Smith-Schuster, Rashad Bateman, Josh Jacobs, Jerry Jeudy, Drake London, Dalton Schultz, and Hunter Renfrow. Then coming back to you in round 7, going left to right, we got Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Hurts, Elijah Moore, Ramondre Stevenson, Christian Kirk, Devin Singletary, Devontae Smith, Damian Harris, Antonio Gibson, Alan Lazard, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, George Pickens. That rounds out round 7. Going into round 8, going from right to left, Rashad Penny, James Cook, Kareem Hunt, Kenneth Walker III, Isaiah Pacheco, Cordarrelle Patterson, Kyler Murray, Miles Sanders, Treylon Burks, Kadarius Toney, Chris Olave, Tyler Lockett. That will wrap up round 8, and we are currently in round number 9, going left to right. DeAndre Hopkins, T.J. Hawkinson, Kenneth Gainwell, Isaiah Spiller, Robert Woods, Zach Ertz, Sky Moore, Dallas Goedert, Joe Burrow, and Cole Kmet. We're about to round out round 9 as well. Let's kind of look over the teams and see how things are shaping up. Now, if you look at team number 1, the Golden Tornado, they started off hot with 3 running backs, and now he is going 6 straight wide receivers in a row. So that's, some people do that. It's an interesting strategy. Team number 2 has 1 running back on their team still, but some really nice wide receivers. They landed a great tight end here with Schultz and definitely a good quarterback, and Jalen Hurts. Oh, Malins, I'm not disagreeing. Fozzie is really having some good things fall to him back there. What is up here? Are they frozen up? Okay, there they go. They picked up. Whoops. All right, now let's keep going down the draft board here. That's right, Malins. Malins, I tried to search for your that post that you made in Discord the other day that had the questions that you kind of wanted to talk about, because I'm working on some content for Tuesday's upcoming show. But I couldn't. I searched that. What was it? The Curry curse or something you put in there, but I couldn't find them. I don't know if they were deleted or I'm not sure what happened. But could you send those to me somehow? I don't care if it's Facebook or I don't care if it's however you want to do it. You can send it to me on Discord or. But I was really going to try to answer some of those. All right, but team number 3 so far they started off with 4 running backs straight and then went 4 wide receivers and picked up their 5th running back. Team 4 is kind of mixed. Team 5 is kind of mixed there as well. Irish, he kind of went a mixed setup as well. I typed Malins in the right-hand corner and searched that. I searched that Curry curse. I searched all kinds of stuff, and it was not there. I had Christopher try to help me look for it as well, but we couldn't find it. So I'm not sure what happened to it. No, it was I don't really remember the questions. I remember something about, I think something about DJ Moore versus somebody you had on there. I just kind of skimmed over it real quick, so it's like, okay, I'll come back to it when I start writing my content out and working on that, and then I couldn't find it. But oh man, so you probably, let me see, you probably don't remember what all you had written down there, huh? Damn, Malins, I didn't know you got banned. Goodness grief, Malins. He said free Malins. All right, well, let me keep talking about this draft real quick too. So we kind of got a nice mix of players there on the Better Call Hall, the Peter Simonis team. Paper Champs went with three straight receivers. Then he took Herbert and kind of mixed it up a little bit there. He's got Mitchell, Harris, and Pacheco, and just got Landon Goddard. He is also back on the block. Yeah, they're not there, Malins. I don't know if that kind of got deleted with the ban or what, but it deleted. I think it deleted everything, buddy. No, he didn't erase them. I think maybe when it banned, or maybe they accidentally did erase it. I'm not sure, but that's okay. Malin, I don't think you were here earlier, but one thing I was telling everybody that I'm working on is I'm gonna try to give my top 10 wide receivers from rounds 2 through 4 on Tuesday. That is one thing that I'm gonna talk through. Trying to just come up with some more content. I mean, what do you guys think? What else do you guys want to hear about? What do you think I should talk about? I was working on some. My buddy Jay, who's helping me on some of this, he's going to work on some graphics for me tomorrow for the show too. So we're trying to get everything ready because I want more of a context in the at least one show a week. So that's definitely one thing that I see a lot of people having issues in is rounds 2 through 4 because there's just so many running backs and wide receivers and everything. So we're just kind of try to dive into some of that stuff. Fozzie, how are you liking this draft so far? If gone to accident. Well, yeah, I mean, oh well. I wish you would have remembered what you had on there, but that's okay. Show on why people ghost. Why did you get banned this time, Malins? Damn it. You've been banned like 50 times. What in the world is going on? Fozzie says he likes his team a lot. All right, let me finish out talking about these teams. We ended up there on. Why is this not updating? What's going on? Maybe because I need to click on the draft board. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that, y'all. Thing wasn't updating. All right. So let's go to Dumbbutt's team. They kind of mixed it up, went kind of heavy running back early, but still was able to get some wide receivers there. Landed CeeDee Lamb. And you also have some more running backs, 3 more running backs out of the last 4 picks, plus Joe Burrow. In the 10 hole, Tyrell Smoochie is you got Diggs, Barkley, Pittman. So we kind of went wide receiver heavy with Barkley. Ended up with A.J. Dillon and Edmonds, Lance Lazard, Kareem Hunt, Komet, and just got Russell Wilson. In the 11 hole, Team Machiavelli went 2 running backs off the bat. Still got Keenan Allen, Cortland Sutton with Darren Waller and Lamar Jackson. 2 more running backs, and then flips it to 2 wide receivers. And in the 12 hole, Fozzie Dog goes two running backs there at the 12 hole. T. Higgins, then Waddle, lands Damian Pierce in the 5th. Again, that's probably not exactly where Fozzie would want to pick Dameon Pierce, but like we were talking about earlier, if you're going to be on the ends of a draft, he knew that Pierce was probably not going to make it back to him at the end of the 7th round, so he went with his player. And that's exactly what you have to do to win these things. If you can't be scared, stop worrying about ADP and focus on your players. And that is exactly what Fozzie did in taking Pierce right there in the 5th round, because I think I know him well enough to know that he would not have drafted him in a normal draft in the 5th round. But like I said, you have to target your guys and you have to go get them. There's really no such thing as a reach from the ends because, everything you do is a reach from that position. All right, so then he lands Godwin and Pickens. Pickens has got a lot of hype, obviously coming off his performances preseason so far. Rashad Penny, Garrett Wilson, and Dobbs. So, all right, we're going to head back through, going to the 10th round from right to left. Fozzie Dog takes Dobbs. We have Jarvis Landry, Russell Wilson, Rachaad White, Madison, Michael Carter. We have, let this pick get out of my face, Melvin Gordon, James Robinson, Darrell Henderson, Trey Lance, Brian Robertson Jr., Dak Prescott. Coming back to you, round 11, going from left to right. Nyheim Hines, Dawson Knox. That is Team 2's 3rd tight end, by the way. Schultz, Hockenson, and Knox. You have Algier, Brady, DJ Shark, Russell Gage, Raheem Mostert, Freiermuth, Gesicki, and Nico Collins. We're about to round out here in round number 11. J.D. McKissic goes off the board, and now Fozzie is up to 2 back-to-back picks. Malins, why do you think Christopher doesn't like you? Chris is super fair, man. Why do you think he doesn't like you? Or were you guys misbehaving over there again? So he had to drop the band hammer on you? Were you guys misbehaving, Malins? This sounds like to me there was some misbehaving going on. All right. Fozzie Dog rounds it out with Aaron Rodgers and Khalil Herbert. Well, of course you're going to disagree, man. I mean, I don't think anybody agrees with being banned. Listen, I wasn't expecting you to agree with that decision now, okay? But I do think Chris is really fair to everybody. I mean, I've been on that site so long, like he's dealt with so much nonsense over the years, man. That is a rough environment to try to mediate at times, and it gets a little wild in there. All right, Julio Jones goes 2nd pick of the 12th round to Team Machiavelli. So you were ragging on AC? Doggone it. All right, Matthew Stafford and Chase Claypool off the board to the Dumbbutts team. Hey, Lee, am I still the only one in that 11:59 draft, or what is it down to? Once we get these subscribers up, guys, I mean, don't put it past me, man. I might throw one of these football helmets or some pieces of memorabilia into a giveaway too. Yeah, it's kind of like being on probation, Malin. So I mean, he's already got all your paperwork in the probate. He's the probation officer. He's already got all your paperwork, so You know, anything that you do is counted as strikes at this point. Oh my goodness. I hope you're not taking this personally, Mounds. You know I'm just messing with you. Hell, I'm sure all of you at some point should have been banned by now, or probably have been. So 2 total people in that one. All right. Well, if you guys are tuning in, head over to Real Time Fantasy Sports. Go to the draft lobby and jump into the 11:59 Eastern Time Fantasy Championship League. Hoping that fills. We still have a good hour left to work on filling that thing. Get those numbers down, and let's draft another TFC tonight. It's so crazy. I was supposed to be in this draft tonight, and I thought I was the first person in there, but apparently I lost my mind last night, and I thought I joined, but I didn't. So I was watching this thing fill all day, not paying attention, and then it filled, and I was like, okay, I went in to see my draft pick, and then noticed I never joined the draft. So there you go. But as my friend Lee told me, it's okay. You didn't have to be in that draft because that's one less thing you'll have to do when you're streaming, which is kind of true, and then kind of like it's a pain in the butt because it was more fun, I would say, when I was drafting too, because obviously I don't want to talk about the players that haven't been drafted yet, so just have to be careful with what you say and stuff. And I know at least me drafting in that draft, I would definitely not want to do that. I'm ready to watch the 49ers play some preseason football tomorrow. My Niners. Malins, who's your favorite NFL team? All right, let's talk about round 12. It goes Khalil Herbert, Julio Jones, Matt Stafford, Chase Claypool, Jahan Dotson, Rondell Moore, Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, Deonta Foreman, Christian Watson, Jamal Williams, Noah Fant, and Big Albert O. I mean, it's not terrible. Grabbing that third wide receiver really makes that team, and then kind of getting Hines right there too is not bad. Not a bad turn there with a double tight end. Melons, you're an Eagles fan. Nice. Very nice. I'm gonna text one of my friends that I think. See if he wants to come chat with us. All right, we got Mike Davis, Justin Fields, and Darrell Williams, Irv Smith Jr. Here, let me post some in the Discord real quick too to try to get some more people in that dang draft. All right, we got 3 people down. All right, so only 9 spots left for that draft. Uh-oh, Azuri's in there. Azuri, Don T in the house. I'm trying to go to the thing here. Go back to this draft. Man, they got a 1 a.m. Jeff's been busy today, hasn't he, Lee? Good grief. There, we'll post that. Anybody wants to join that there. Over in the Discord. All right, let's get back over here. All right, let's see what else has happened. Not much. Actually, I need to click over here because it's more further than that. A lot of things freezing up. All right, so Darrell Williams, Irv Smith Jr., Tyler Boyd, Hunter Henry, Kenyon Drake, Isaiah McKenzie, Zamir White, and we have 2 more picks left to round out round 13. Again, everyone, the Fantasy Cure is sponsored by Real Time Fantasy Sports and Draft Hero. If you're watching this for the first time, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video, please. It goes a long ways in helping us out. Actually, I need to put both of those links in a text. All right, let's see here. We've got then David Njoku comes off the board at the end of the 13th round to Team Fozzie. Let's see what we get here. Start of round 14, everybody. All right, we got Hassan Haskins. It's probably going to be Derrick Henry's backup. Yeah, boy. Let's see. All right, Tua Tagovailoa goes next. Valdez Scantling goes to Team Royal. Tyler Higbee and Wandell Robinson to Paper Champs. I think Paper Champs has done a really nice job with this team as well. First defense off the board in the 14th round. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Peter Simonis. All right. Then we got Mark Ingram, Michael Gallup, and Josh Palmer. And to the 14-10 spot, Devontae Parker. What's up, Preston? How you doing? Click on the link for Albedo. Yes, very good. Very good topic. Here, let me mark that down so I don't forget. In-game strategy. The back 10. Maybe this time I won't lose this time because I wrote it down. All right, and to round out round number 14, we got Trevor Lawrence and Jalen Tolbert Gus Edwards off the board at the 15.1 pick. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to do some stuff on Twitter and share the link with a couple of people as well while I'm streaming this. I promise y'all I'm paying attention to you though. Yeah, I think that's a very good topic too. Do you like the topic of kind of going through those favorite players or favorite wide receivers in rounds 2 through 4, Malins? I think that's a very crucial topic right now, especially as we're heading into the nitty gritty here in the next few weeks. There's going to be a ton of drafts going off, so lots and lots of drafts. All right, let me see here. All right, we have Adam Trotman, the Saints tight end, and I'm sorry, we have Kenny Galladay for the 15.2, and then Marlon Mack comes off the board. Marlon Mack in the 15th. Could be the starting running back. Yes, exactly. My thoughts as well, man. So many zero hero drafters. I mean, you could really screw your draft up, man, in those rounds. There's just so many unique players and different positions. It's like a great mix of different positions and yada yada, you know. All right, McPherson, the first. I think that's the first kicker off the board. First kicker off the board in the 15th. Bengals kicker Evan McPherson. Oh yeah, for sure. And see these thing and these streams here pre the season will get better and better too. Especially hopefully RT will still want me to do this next season as well. Um, and I will start obviously a lot earlier. You know, we have a setup now, and things will just get better and better the more that we do this. But the show Tuesday it will be a lot different with just pure content versus draft review and stuff like that. Although I still will be doing a bunch of these with some draft reviews as well, especially for the Invitational. I'm gonna try my best. I need to get with Chris on that, but see if I can't, if they're cool with me streaming all of those drafts, or if Jeff Power wants to, if he wants to do some of them as well. However he wants to do it. I think me and Jeff are supposed to also collaborate on a couple of shows together. I'm not 100% for sure on that, but I remember Chris had talked something about that. Would I be okay with that? And I was like, of course. And but anyways, the content during the season will be really great too because we'll talk, what happened the previous on Sunday, what happened during the games and things like that, and we could kind of talk about the bus and all of that. And is it time to to maybe drop some of these players we're holding on to? Talk about some of the hot waiver wire pickups upcoming in those weeks. Just can talk a ton of stuff, and then we'll also have like an open mic session. I was gonna do two streams a week during the season, and kind of do it that way, an hour piece. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it that way or if I'm just gonna have like one 2 to 3 hour stream to where we're doing talking a lot of content, review of what happened from the fantasy performances that current week, and like I said, the waiver wire situation upcoming. You can kind of look ahead to some of the start sit information too for the upcoming week, and then of course, I kind of want to have like an open mic towards the end of the show. So, all right, let's get back to the draft here. Finished out round 15. Robbie Anderson goes to the CEO. We have Matt Ryan, KJ Osborne, Ryan Tannehill, Alec Pierce, Justin Tucker, Hayden Hurst, and Jameson Williams. Paris Campbell and Austin Hooper are off the board. Round 16, we're headed down from right to left. Don't forget, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this channel to everybody you know, please. We're really trying to get the viewership up on this thing. It's a brand new show, but we're really going to be diving in, tweeting this thing, putting it on IG. I'm going to start making TikToks for this show, all kinds of stuff. Don't forget, too, this episode and this show is sponsored by Real Time Fantasy Sports, bringing you the best drafting software in the industry. Also brought to you by Draft Hero, the #1 fantasy tool for all of your fantasy football leagues. Really appreciate those two. Appreciate Chris from Real Time, really trying to work on this. It's been a huge passion of mine that I've wanted to do for a long time, and really appreciate Ted over at Draft Hero as well, Mr. Teddy K. Caston. All right, running up in around number 16, Paris Campbell, Austin Hooper. We got the Buffalo Bills, the defense, Tyrion Davis Price, your LSU rookie from or for the 49ers, Joshua Kelly, who's been having a really good camp. Apparently, they're saying might have already established himself as the true #2 running back to Eckler. Daniel Carlson, kicker for the Raiders, and Trey Sermon to Pony Express. Next pick going to Jared Eric is Jameis Winston. We're about to round out round number 16 here. Round number 16. This draft is almost finished up. We've only got 4 more rounds. 4 more picks to go for everybody, but these few teams here are making their 16th round pick. Let me check on that draft one more time to see where we're at. Jonnu Smith off the board. All right, that TFC is definitely going to fill. Holy moly! We're down to 6 left for the 11:59 TFC, baby. Boom, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I might just keep on streaming and stream through my draft and talk to you guys if you guys want to hang out with me or stream it up tonight. Might as well. I don't mind putting the next TFC that I'm actually drafting up on the board. That one's definitely looking good to go. We're down to 5 left for that TFC. 5 left to go. 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. TFC is almost in the red. $500,000 grand prize. $1,600 in league prizes. rtsports.com. That's one S. rtsports.com. Get your ass over there. Get in some leagues. It is time to get going. August 19th is upon us. And I'm just telling you guys right now, for me just monitoring this draft lobby today, it is on and popping, baby. It is draft season full-fledged. So let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Sorry, that thing keeps jamming up on you, didn't it? Let me press right there. Okay. All right, so round out round number 16. We got Eno Benjamin going to KBR. And for the turn here, for the one hole, Mr. Golden Tornado, we have Evan Ingram and KJ Hamler. Round 17. Here we go. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. And I have to keep chewing gum and I have to keep water, keep myself hydrated up here. I'm telling you, when you do one of these streams and you're talking as much as you are, like you need something to keep saliva in your mouth. It just like disappears, disintegrates in midair. It's crazy. All right, Zach Moss. All right, Malin says he likes team number 5, Pony Express. Let's check out that team. Pony Express has Austin Eckler, Mark Andrews, Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, Montgomery Jacobs, Kirk, Miles Sanders, Woods, Robinson, Chart, Carr, Smith, Jr., Gallup, Pearson. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. All right, these last few picks are going to be, something that we don't have to just rave over. But let's go ahead and we'll start reviewing some of these teams. In the one hole, let's start off with Golden Tornado. We have Jonathan Taylor, Fournette, Connor, Deontay, Cooks, Renfro, Ayuk, Lockett, Hopkins, Dak Prescott, Naheem Hines, Fant, the Big O in Denver, Jalen Tolbert, Gus Edwards, Evan Ingram, and Hamler. Kyle Phillips, nice pick to Team Fun Bags in the 17th round. I like this team in the one hole. They did a nice job of really slowing up wide receivers. They got some really good wide receivers. Some with some upside in Ayuk. I'm not sure what Lockett is going to be, but I do think Lockett's still a tremendous receiver with elite speed. And, both quarterbacks, Geno and Locke, have a decent enough arm to push that ball down the field. So I still think Lockett's going to have a decent season. I really think he's undervalued where he's going as well. Hopkins, when you get him back after 6 weeks, I mean, that could be a super stud right there in the 9th round. So we'll see how it pans out. Oh, man, the Josh Jacobs hate is real, man. It is insane. Absolutely insane, buddy. All right, let's go to KBR's team. Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones, A.J. Brown, Gabriel Davis, Allen Robinson, Schultz, Hurts, Olave, Hawkinson, Brian Robinson Jr., Knox, Jamal Williams, Mike Davis, Trevor Lawrence, Kenny Galladay, Eno, and Zach Moss. This team right here absolutely killed it, in my opinion. You have three you have three tremendous tight ends in Schultz, Hawkinson, and Knox that you can flex. You grabbed Olave in the 8th, which I think was a really good pick there. Stud wide receivers in your top 5 in your first 5 rounds. I'm not crazy about Aaron Jones, but I understand why a lot of people like him. If he stays healthy, Dylan's gonna steal some of that goal line work, some of that red zone work from him, but he still gets plenty enough PPR to get his numbers. All about health for him. Man, that team, I really like team number 2. KVR, nice job on your draft, sir, or ma'am, whichever you are. Really love the Jamal Williams pick up there in the 12th. Mike Davis is probably penciled in. Is going to be your guy who will, give J.K. Dobbins some air, and if anything happens, he's the next guy up right now. I'm not even sure if Gus is going to be ready for the beginning of the season. But as it is right now, Mike Davis is your RB2. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, I understand. I understand it a little bit. It's a late pick, anyways. Galladay in the 15th. It's not a bad pick. You know, Benjamin. See what you're trying to do there. You got a nice little pick there in Zach Moss. I'm not really a fan of at all. But round 17, not bad at all. Very nice team, KVR. I'm a big fan of that team. Fun bags. We'll go to number 3. Christian McCaffrey, Cam Akers, Etienne, and Pollard. Still ended up with some really nice wide receivers in Mooney, Drake London, Elijah Moore, Kadarius Toney. A lot of question marks in some of these receivers. I get it, but they have tons of upside. Gainwell, Trey Lance. I love the Gainwell pick. Trey Lance, love that one too. You got Algier, who could really turn into a nice pick. Christian Watson just got back. And he seems to be learning it pretty quick too. So I think he's going to do well. Justin Fields, I kind of like that pick too in round 13. Not a fan of Devontae Parker pick, but I understand you're throwing some darts there. You got Troutman from the Saints. Jonnu Smith is really weak at tight end. I'm not a fan of what you did there with a tight end situation. But maybe it works out for you. You did go 2 back-to-back to kind of try to figure that situation out. But not really a fan of either one of those. Kyle Phillips, I love that pick in the 17th. That was, I think, an absolute steal. Long story short, this team could be pretty decent, I think, but you have a lot of question marks, as most teams do. But good luck to you, fun bags. Nice little draft. All right, we'll go to Eric, however you pronounce it. I'm assuming Eric. TFC 14 in the 4-0. Najee Harris, Debo, Kyle Pitts, DK Metcalf, Michael Thomas, Jerry Jeudy. You got Ramondre, Traylon Burks, Spiller, Henderson, Tom Brady, Deonta Foreman, Darrell Williams, Josh Palmer, Marlon Mack, Winston, and Everett. A lot of your early round picks, I'm not necessarily on some of these guys, but that's okay. Doesn't mean I won't be wrong at all. A lot of people are high on Kyle Pitts. A lot of people are high on Michael Thomas, so I get all of that. The Jerry Jeudy, the love is real. So big question mark there for me too. Love the Ramondre Stevenson pick there. I feel like you did a way better job in the second half of this draft, Eric, as you did in the beginning. And it's honestly not saying that you did bad at all. Just my preference on your player selection. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You may be completely right on those. Traylon Burks situation, we already know what's going on there. Isaiah Spiller could be a home run hit. It's going to need a lot of things to happen. Darrell Henderson, about the same thing, but a nice backup to have there. Love the Brady pick. Love the Foreman pick and Williams. 2 back-to-back strong picks right there. In those next few rounds, landing Josh Palmer in the 14th. We all know how Mike Williams loves to high point that ball, and he comes down very hard. Keenan Allen had a super crazy injury history early on in his career, so you just never know. Plus, he'll still get third wide receiver work in that offense. Marlon Mack, Jameis Winston, Everett. Very decent job, Jared. Like I said, not a bad draft at all. I'm not saying that at all. You're on some of the players and I'm not, and that's okay because, again, I mean, you could be right in your decisions on some of those. So, but nice job, especially in the second half on your team. Pony Express, we got Eckler, Andrews, Tyreek, Mahomes, Montgomery, Jacobs, Kurt, Sanders, Woods, James Robinson, Chart, Carr, Irv Smith Jr., Gallup, McPherson, Sermon, DPJ, and the Niners defense. This team here, I would say, is pretty balanced. You waited on tight end. I think a lot of people a lot of people love the upside of Irv Smith. It's just hard, so hard. I mean, you did land him in the 13th, so I've got no complaints or reserves about that. Love your DJ Chark pick in the 11th. James Robinson in the 10th. Love the Woods pick. Miles Sanders in the 8th right there. Like, I feel like that was like, I feel like you got to take Miles Sanders in the 8th right there. So I kind of like what you did there. You just kind of stayed true to it. You really didn't need him, but I don't blame you for taking him right there. Christian Kirk in the 7th makes sense. Josh Jacobs in the 6th still just baffles me. The Josh Jacobs hate. David Montgomery in the 5th. You really landed some nice mid-tier running backs there in rounds 5 and 6 and 8, in my opinion. We'll see what Sanders does, but still in all, like, you landed a lot of opportunity, let's say. Mahomes in the 4th. If you like him there, you like him. I love the Andrews pick. So I would say overall a pretty decent team, Pony, and you have pretty good depth everywhere too. So nice job on your team. Would have liked to saw you get maybe a little better at tight end there, but still, I'm not mad at it. I mean, maybe Irv Smith can come out of his shell and actually stay healthy and do a little something for you. All right, moving on to Irish CEO. All right, we got Cooper Kupp, Kelsey, Zeke, DJ Moore, Brown, Bateman, Singletary, Kyler Murray, Ertz, Gordon, Gage, Cousins, Boyd, Ingram, Anderson, Carlson, McKinnon, and the Saints. Irish, I kind of like what you did on some of this. I loved your first 2 picks. I'm not a fan of the Zeke pick in the 3rd. But again, if you're on Zeke, you're on him. I mean, you got to do what you think's best. And so apparently you like Zeke. You took him in the 3rd there. DJ Ford in the 4th. Very surprising to me. He usually goes a little earlier than that. In my drafts, he does at least. I love the 3 wide receivers right there. You went Moore, Marquise, and Bateman. So even though, and I'm not just saying that I hate that you went running back there. Like, I just don't like the Zeke pick there in the 3rd round. Let me know what you guys think in the chat or in the comments if you watch this later. What do you guys think about in this draft here in round 3, the Ezekiel Elliott pick at 3.6? I'm not a fan of it. Devin Singletary pick, and especially not a fan of it as your first running back. Devin Singletary as your second RB, landed in the 7th. Now that's not too bad. Kyler Murray in the 8th. You got Ertz in the 9th. Like the Ertz pick, especially with the limited people they have or weapons they have right now. Melvin Gordon, love the Gage pick. Kirk Cousins, I'm a big fan of him. He does the same thing every year, produces. Tyler Boyd, not mad at that at all. Mark Ingram, I like it. I love the Robbie Anderson in the 15th, the upside there. McKinnon, nice job on your 19th round pick. And Van Jefferson. Irish, I would give this a mid-grade, honestly. I've seen you draft a lot better than this. It could also be, too, just how the players fell to you. But I will say you did a damn good job rounds 4 through 7, or actually 4 through 9. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You did a great job. Shored up a really good tight end. Your QB got you a could be decent running back in Singletary, and then I'm sure you probably wanted Stevenson, but you ended up getting Singletary, which is still okay. But I do love the more Marquise, Hollywood Brown, and Bateman picks there. So if anything, maybe that saves you. All right. Next one up, Peter Simona's team. We got Dalvin Cook, Javonte Williams, Allen McLaren, Kittle, Juju, Kittle, Devontae Smith, Cordarrelle, Sky Moore, Michael Carter, Mostert, Rondell Moore, Henry, Bucks, Ryan Kelly, Butker, Watkins, Jones. All right, Cook and Javonte, Allen McLaren, Kittle. Not a bad start. So Peter kind of went with getting his starting lineup situated early on, taking Josh Allen in the 3rd. Me personally, I'm just not one of those guys who I probably will not own Josh Allen on even one team. What's up, Smirk? Not a fan of early quarterbacks. But hey, it might pan out for you. George Kittle in the 5th. I'm not mad at that. Like the McLaurin pick. Love the Juju pick in the 6th. He has really flown up the boards lately. He was going in like the 8th round for the longest time. Devontae Smith, I think, is a very quiet. Is going to be a super nice. End up being a very good pick at that ADP. Cordell Patterson, I mean, I get it in the 8th round. Sky Moore, not mad. Michael Carter in the 10th. It's not bad. Mostert, I could see it too. Rondell Moore, really like that pick in the 12th. Your second tight end, Henry's not too bad. The rest of your draft, love the Joshua Kelly pick. Nice job paying attention to your news. Big Smirk actually likes Sammy Watkins, so that could end up being decent for you. And Ronald Jones, you never know. I mean, we'll see what happens with that situation. Overall, not a terrible team. Not my favorite team, but definitely not the worst team. All right, paper champs. Paper champs. We got Jamar Chase, Adams, and Evans. Herbert, Amon St. Brown. We got Elijah Mitchell, Damian Harris. Smirk, I'm going to draft the TFC live here in about another 20 minutes, by the way. So hang out with us for that. Grab you some boxed wine. I know I'm going to butcher saying this. How do you say it? One of those charcuterie boards or charcuterie boards. However the hell you say that. Grab you some sausage and cheese and some crackers and some jelly to go along with your boxed wine. Anyways, back to paper champs. Elijah Mitchell, Damian Harris, Pacheco, Goddard, Matterson, Freiermuth, Dotson, Kenyon Drake, Robinson, KJ Osborne, Davis Price, Ernest Evans. Paper champs did a fine job with this team, in my opinion. I think he did a great job. There's a couple of players that he's on that I'm not on, but as far as like staying on the different types of positions, it really worked out in his favor. He still got some very good running backs with some upside in his picks. Pacheco could be massive. I love the Elijah Mitchell pick in the 6th round with those receivers. And you got 3 studs, baby. Chase, Adams, and Evans. And then you still land Herbert. Very ballsy right there. But you still ended up with decent at running back. You still ended up huge on your tight ends with Goddard and Freiermuth. I love the running backs that you drafted later on. There's definitely some upside. I'm not crazy about the Drake situation right now, but I think it could be a lot of smoke blowing up our asses right now with the news that comes out of these training camps, and some of these writers just do a poor job of. It's like the new puppy. No, don't do it. It'll ruin your life, type of deal. So, but love the Wan'Dale Robinson pick. I cannot believe he went in the 14th here. KJ Osborne, very nice pick. Paper Jamps, you drafted one of my favorite teams, no doubt, man. This looks a lot like a team that I would have drafted, to be honest with you. Very, very nice players, very nice. Some players I'm not on all the players that you are, but I would say a very nice team, Paper Champs. All right, let's go to Dumb Butts, Mixon, Lamb, Hall, Dobbins, Steelen, Cooper, Gibson, Walker III, Burrow, Rashad White, Gesicki, Claypool, McKenzie, Higbee, Tannehill, Bills, Cephas, Nguanu, Rwango, Davis, and Suckup. It's not a bad team, a very balanced team, landed some very decent wide receivers. I think you kind of got lost there. You probably should have went maybe a little bit more wide receiver there. Maybe you just didn't like some of those wide receivers where you went more running backs with Gesicki and you ended up with maybe you like Claypool. I don't know, but I'm not a huge fan. And you got McKenzie there, which is not bad. Would have liked to see you get maybe just one more tight end on that team. I'm just nitpicking, but love the Burrow pick in the 9th. I love that you did get your second tight end in Higbee in the 14th. Overall, like I said, not a bad team, just not one of my favorites. Brees Hall there in the thirds. A lot of people take him there, so I get it. All right, Ty Royal Smoochie in the 10 hole. We got Diggs, Barkley, Pittman, Jr., Mike Williams, Dylan, Edmonds, Lazard, Hunt, Komet, Wilson, Nico, Stafford, Zamir, MVS, Pierce, Hooper, Samaje, Bass, Cox, the Rams. It's not a bad start that you had with Diggs, Barkley, Pittman, and Mike Williams. I like the A.J. Dillon, Edmonds flip around there. You went Lazard, Kareem Hunt, Komet. This is not a bad team. I think you just went with a lot of stuff that you had to because I think you were in one of those weird spots too, like early on, but you still did a nice job where you kind of rounded out your team. You got decent balance, and that I can respect because you were in a tough spot right there, it looks like, with some of these players that went right around you. Um, but not a bad job for where you were. I just don't think there's much you can do with that situation. But still, I mean, a decent team like this team could definitely compete if you hit on some of your running back situation. But you got a lot of risks there too. All right, let's go to team number 11, Machiavelli. You got Chubb, Kamara, Keenan Allen, Sutton, Waller, Lamar, CEH, Cook, Jacoby, Landry, McKissick, Julio, Tanya, Tagovailoa, Justin Tucker, Paris Campbell, Moth, the Browns, Duke Johnson, and Crowder. All right, so decent start. I do not love the Chubb pick at all. Chubb's that is not. I believe you might have could have got Chubb in the third round. I'm not. Don't hold a knife to me on that. But you literally possibly could have gotten Chubb. I would have liked to see Chubb be Derrick Henry or Swift right there. But still, I mean, hey, if that's the guy you believe in, then go for it. Kamara pick doesn't bother me. I love the Keenan Sutton turn there. That could turn into be huge. Let's see. I like the Waller pick, Lamar Jackson. CH, I'm not really on, but I mean, in the 7th round, it's not too bad. James Cook, okay, you kind of going for something there. Don't mind the Jacoby pick. Love the Landry pick. McKissick's not bad in the 11th round. Julio, we'll see what happens in the 12th. Tanya and Tua, you have some decent stuff, and I feel like you kind of went with what you thought was safe, but I just don't know if some of these guys are going to produce. But I tell you what, I do like that Crowder pick in the 20th round. That was very solid to be your last pick. I do not like the Duke Johnson pick. I just don't see where Duke Johnson's going to fit in at all with the other 15 running backs in front of him. But we'll see. All right, going to the last team, and then I got to get over to the next TFC here. Fozzie Dog. All right, Fozzie went Derrick Henry, DeAndre Swift, Higgins. Listen, guys, in the comments, tell me your favorite. Your top 2 teams and your bottom 2 teams. I want to know your favorite 2 teams and your bottom 2 teams. If you're watching this later on, post it in the comments, and we'll check it out at another time and try to respond to everybody in those comments as well when we're off air. So give me your top 2 teams and your bottom 2 teams of this draft. All right, so Fozzie Dog in the 12 hole, we got Henry, Swift, Higgins, Waddle, Pierce, Godwin, Pickens, Penny, Wilson, Dobbs, Rodgers, Herbert, Njoku, Haskins, Hurst, Jameson Williams, David Bell, Dallas Cowboys, Chargers, and Taysom. So I'm gonna say, Fozzie, that you did really well with your draft. You're very balanced everywhere. Njoku and Hurst and Taysom, not bad. I would have liked to have seen you got your first tight end be a little better just because of the team that you have. But overall, I mean, you did a really good job. There was a lot of players that fell to you. I mean, how in the hell you get Henry and Swift in the 12 hole is beyond me, but nice job there. And then you get Higgins and Waddle. I've seen Higgins go as high as the 2nd round, so not saying that I would do that personally, but it's happened. I've seen you through a couple of drafts now. You are definitely high on Pickens. So hope if that works out for you, then you nail it right there. Chris Godwin in the 6th. I'm not mad at it. Love the penny pick. Garrett Wilson, we'll see. I don't know how that's going to shake. Could be he could come out and just fly. I love the Dobbs pick. Love the combination with Dobbs and Rodgers. Herbert, beautiful pick there. I like pretty much everything. You kind of threw some darts there at the very end. Have no idea why you went 2 defenses there. Maybe you're just trying to lock up a couple for different starts in the season. Um, but overall, nice job, Fozzie. I don't think it's my favorite, but I do think you're in probably in my top 3 or 4. I could definitely see this being a playoff team. Overall, some really nice teams though in this draft. I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna tell you guys my favorite team. My favorite 2 teams are Paper Champs. Um, and I really like what the Golden Tornado did in the 1 hole. As well. Brandon Ayuk or Alan Lazard, who will earn most points? Whew, that's a tough question right there. Sam, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Alan Lazard only because of all the other weapons that the 49ers do have. I think Lazard, just on opportunities alone, will get more targets. Thus more production, and he's playing with one of the most accurate quarterbacks ever. So I would definitely say Lazard in that situation. I think he'll outscore Brandon Ayuk. Now, there's a lot of question marks going both ways. Ayuk's had a great camp. There's just a ton of more, you know, weapons. I mean, you have so many weapons in San Francisco. Plus, the added dimension with Trey Lance running. The passes to the running backs. You have Kittle. You have Debo. Everybody's got to eat in that offense. And but I do think that Ayuk's going to be one of Trey's notable targets. But I do think just on the situation and what each team has, I think Lazard is probably going to be higher up the chain for his quarterback versus Trey Lance. And then there's a lot of question marks too with Trey Lance and all that stuff too, which I'm a 49ers fan, so this question is very hard for me to even answer like that. But I would, in my honest opinion, I think Lazard will earn the most points in PPR leagues. Thanks for the question, Sam. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm going to close this draft out. We're going to switch over. I got to get to my draft. We're about to start up here. So, do you guys want me to hang out and live stream my draft? I'll talk with you guys as much as you want in the chat there, but I am going to be paying attention to my draft too. I could put the board up on the screen for you guys just like I did this one. All right, let me get the hell over here first. All right, let's just go there. Oh, I thought this thing was filled. It's not filled. People are jumping out. What is going on? What is going on with this draft, y'all? Can you believe it? Thanks, Irish. What is going on? Are people scared? Are the people scared to draft or what? This thing was down to 5 or 4, wasn't it? What the hell happened? Maybe some people noticed that I jumped in there and they didn't like it. And it's down to 8. Looks like somebody else jumped out. For some reason, I thought this thing already filled. We're going backwards. Okay, let me take all that off the screen to figure out what in the hell is going on here. I thought I was too, Preston. I thought they were. I thought we were full. I mean, we were down. We were down to 5 or 4 left, and then I just checked, and we're like, good grief. Maybe we can fill the 1 a.m. Man, I have no idea. Like, why in the world? I really don't know why people left. Totino, yeah, everybody's Totino's pizza cravings are kicking in. Those damn Totinos, I tell you. Man, that really stinks. I really thought we were fixing a draft. I thought that draft was going to be filled. What in the world? Well, guys, I guess I will call it a stream. From up here, I thought we were fixing a draft, but I don't know. I mean, we got the extension, and then everybody jumped out. It's so funny, like 20 or 30 minutes really matters. Like, give me a freaking break, man. People are so damn crazy. Oh, that's okay, Irish. You've drafted 75 leagues today. I don't blame you. I mean, it's like when they got the damn push. The push, everybody started bouncing out when it got moved to 12:30. I have no idea why they did that, but anyways, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for jumping in here and chatting it up with me, guys and gals. Thanks, Smirk. So I'm going to go live Tuesday night, and it'll be a more content based stream, everybody. So we'll talk a lot more fantasy football strategy and things like that. Thanks, Irish, and we'll try to dive into some of these questions. And Irish, if you need any of this memorabilia type stuff, hit me up, man. This is what I do in my other business. So if you ever need memorabilia or anything, just let me know. But anyways, guys, thanks a lot for joining the stream tonight. I really appreciate it. Really need to get these subscription numbers up. So when you're talking to friends, family, etc., let them know. Share that subscribe link and try to like the videos. Hey, thanks a lot, Mounds. I appreciate it. Thanks, Irish. Smirk. Thank you, Lee. Thanks, Preston. Thanks, Mikey, for your question too. Thank you, Sam, for your question. And that's what I'm looking for. I want randoms to come in here and let's build this community over here. But I really do appreciate everyone tuning in. Don't forget, guys. This is the Fantasy Cure. This was episode number 2. This stream is brought to you by Real Time Fantasy Sports and Draft Hero. So you guys take it easy. Have a great weekend. Good luck to you in all your fantasy football leagues. And if you guys need anything, there is the Discord for RT Sports. There's actually a channel in there that's the Cure. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns for me, just shoot it over there and mention me in the comment so that I'll get the notification. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Tuesday night. Thanks a lot, everybody. Good luck to y'all.
Thousands of times, I retype like thousands of lines. We done did this thousands of times, so I ain't tryna choose another time. Shawty, tell me now if you be really tryna start. Said I'm tired of all the acting and the bullshit. Girl, hit me back or I'll be back with a new bitch. You know they trash, but you recycling the same dick. Girl, you stay shameless, bringing up they fucking names, bitch. I can't put my pride to the side this time. Before I blow up, I'm just trying to make you mine. But if you wanna pay me for my tickets, that's fine. All you gotta do is not reply. I can't wear no heart up on my sleeve, cause it's summer, baby. Only rock basic white tees, try and break a milli. I got women lined up on the silly to get faded with me. They get just as freaky in the sheets, try and get naked for me. Yeah. I got so much drink in me, wonder if you missing me. These days I can't fucking sleep, it's bad, I'm out here living dreams. If I send this text of mine, shawty, is you down to slide? Don't say not tonight, cause you be busy, tell another lie. I done seen this thousands of times, I retype like thousands of lines. We done did this